Before I start this video, I just wanted to thank you guys for 100 subscribers. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I genuinely appreciate each and every single one of you. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so stay tuned for more videos. Honestly, I'm tired of thinking about Halo in its current state. It's really depressing, and I'd rather think back to a better time. That's why this video is going to be all about Halo Reach, my favorite entry in the Halo franchise. For starters, Reach's art style has to be the best in the series in my opinion. And for most people, it's gotta be at least in their top 3. The armor sets look gorgeous, and I love when Halo games go for a darker, grittier, and more realistic art style. The UI still looks gorgeous to this day, and the rank emblems and in-game medals also look beautiful. The elites look genuinely terrifying, especially the ultras and the zealots. The weapons also look great and sound great. There's a punch to the gun sounds that not every Halo game is able to accurately replicate. The maps also look gorgeous and are set everywhere from an underground glacier to the scorched skyline of New Alexandria to a space station orbiting Reach itself. Reach sparked some controversy for a lot of things that it did differently, but one thing that I think is universally loved and appreciated is the art style. I mean, even Halo Infinite takes after Reach's art style. Another aspect of Reach that I still love to this day is the soundtrack. It was so incredibly diverse. You'd be motivated to fight the Covenant with nothing but a spatula and Rick Grimes' pubic hair in the first 5 minutes of a track, and then cry your heart out by the end of it. This game and its soundtrack truly felt like a final love letter to the fans of Halo. And after all, this was Bungie's final game, so it kinda was a final love letter. The soundtrack complemented the campaign so much, and really helped in making an impactful experience for the player. Speaking of the campaign, I truly believe this is the best Halo campaign of all time. And I really want to know what you guys think is the best campaign, so make sure to tell me in the comments below. The campaign was, to this day, one of the best single player experiences I have ever played, and still holds up beautifully. Noble Team was a diverse group of Spartans that genuinely felt like super soldiers, and seeing your own character interact with them was a breathtaking experience. Halo Reach really felt personal in a sense, because every player's Noble 6 looked different and unique. It felt like you were truly there, rather than just playing as someone in a game. And of course, we haven't even mentioned how heart-wrenching this game's story was. Seeing your character's cracked and chipped helmet rotting away at the very start of the game, and then seeing it at the end was really heartbreaking, especially after we had spent a whole game losing teammates and civilians left and right. It was interesting how we saw the cracked helmet twice, but had extremely different reactions each time we saw it. At the start of the game, we were filled with intrigue, because we didn't know what our helmet was doing off our Spartan, and why it was cracked in some field, but by the end of the game, it was an emotional experience. Most of us had grown to love our variation of Noble 6, and love the game itself. Anyways, I won't get too in depth with the campaign because we'd be here all day, but if you guys want me to make a video on the campaign, leave a comment down below. Halo Reach wasn't all doom and gloom though. Some of the funniest things to ever happen to me while gaming happened in this game's custom games. Reach's custom games were fun, hilarious, and seemingly active 24/7 back then. The Forge community was extremely talented, and were the engineers of some of the best times I've ever had while playing a Halo game, or any game to be honest. Furthermore, the normal multiplayer was also extremely fun, and my personal favorite out of the Halo games as well. I mean, you could play as elites, you could use jetpacks and holograms among other abilities, and I mean sure, there were some issues with it, but for the most part it was a fun, enjoyable, and rewardable experience. I mean, the progression system was perfect. Objectively, no Halo game comes close to Reach's progression system, and I really hope before Infinite came out that 343 would implement it in Infinite. The ranks were satisfying to achieve, and believe me, there were a lot to achieve. The credit system with no microtransactions was fair and also rewarding, and unlocking armor was a fun and unique process that other Halo games just haven't replicated. Speaking of the multiplayer, we should talk about the gameplay, which in my opinion is easily some of the best in the franchise. Assassinations were implemented for the first time in Reach, and add an exciting incentive for players to use stealth while playing. Although some of the guns had excessive bloom, the gunplay overall is excellent and addicting. Armor abilities were also fun to use, and in the hands of skillful players could turn the tides of games momentarily. Playing as elites was an interesting experience and definitely improved from previous Halo games. I absolutely love the elite armor sets, and Evade was a godsend. All in all, Halo Reach is my favorite Halo game, and possibly my favorite game of all time. But I'm interested in knowing what you guys think about Halo Reach, and what you guys think is the best Halo game of all time. So make sure to comment your favorite Halo game, and leave any suggestions and opinions in the comments below. This is it for this video, so I'll see you guys in the next one.